Hi guys, I'm Emily. Welcome to my channel. One of the best ways for an artist to improve their skills is to try drawing and painting something from life. So today I'm going to demonstrate how I draw and paint an apple from life just at my kitchen table. You don't need a whole lot to get started. Let's jump in. I just want to show you my sketchbook first. This is the Field Artist sketchbook for watercolor. This one is just 4 by 4 inches, and I'll just flip through and show you some of the paintings I've done in here over the past few months. This one from Cabo is one of my favorites. Portrait of my husband and my daughter. Christmas tree. This is from my in-laws' Texas house, the Devil's Backbone. We took a trip to South Carolina this past summer. This is from Laguna Beach. So this small sketch pad is so easy to travel with, really easy to pack and carry. I also usually just take with me a small travel palette with pan watercolors. This one is Koi. I also really love the Winsor & Newton watercolor set. I usually bring a cup with me and fill it with water when I get there. And I always travel with my spray bottle so I can wet my paints. And I usually pack some paper towels as well. My favorite travel brush set is this water media set by Richardson. You can see it comes in a really nice case and the brushes are really protected. You can see they come in these little silver bullets almost. So I'm going to be painting with these today. My subject is just an apple I pulled out of my fridge. I'm actually just sitting at my kitchen table right now. My lighting is just a south-facing porch window coming from over here, and my kids are napping right now, so I'm going to try to paint quickly. First, I have to study the shape and size of my apple and decide where I want it to go in my paper. I've already drawn on a rough oval for where my apple will go, as well as a light sketch for where the shadow will be. The indent on the top of the apple is right about here from my angle, and the little stem coming out. Drawing an apple is really easy. It's just an oval, and you just have to locate where the stem and the shadow will be. The painting is really the main part of it. I'm going to take my spray bottle and wet my paints. And then I'll start to mix up some reds and yellows that match the color of my apple. I'm looking closely at the apple again. I notice on the apple there's a highlight right about here, so I'm going to be careful to protect that area. I will start by painting very lightly. And there's a little bit of reflected light, which gives off a bluish hue on the left side of the apple. And while it's still wet, I'll just paint that in as well. I've grabbed some yellow to create this mid-tone orange in there, and I'm going to continue to darken the shadow side of the apple with my darkest red. On my apple there is a light green or yellow spot right here. So I'm going to take my cool yellow from my palette and paint that in. All the while blending the edges. If you go a little too dark, that's okay, just water it down again. Now this paper in here is not cotton paper. It's probably not your best quality paper, but for travel, the convenience can't be beat. Taking some burnt sienna, darkening a little more. When you're painting outside or even indoors with natural lighting, you have to work really fast because the lighting is changing constantly. I also have to work very fast because my kids are napping and they're gonna wake up any minute. There's always this kind of panic mode. So I'm painting around that highlight. So leaving a little shine on the top of the apple, the rim here. The darkest part of the apple will be the shade, or the shadow inside of the little crater here. And then also the shadow on the bottom side of the apple here where it touches the table will be fairly dark. This Koi watercolor set is a beginner set, fairly inexpensive, and some of the paints are nicely transparent, others are a little more opaque. You just have to play with them and see what you think. Dropping in a little more yellow and green on top here where I see my apple. Painting from life is such a fun challenge. Not only does it challenge your speed, but it really challenges your observational skills, forces you to really look at something, to see the beauty in it, and to try to copy it in your painting. It's an awesome practice. I do paint from photos a lot, just because I have 2 kids at home and I'm somewhat limited as far as how much and how often I can go out. And so painting from photos is also excellent practice. But as far as seeing something in the 3 dimensions of real life, that takes it to a whole nother level. And like I said, it forces you to work quickly and to make decisions fast as the light changes. It's especially fun when you're painting a model from life, because then you also are dealing with movement. When you're painting something that's living and breathing and not a static object. Continuing to deepen my shadow here. Try to lose that edge. Just let it get lost in shadow. And I'll articulate my stem just a little bit, leaving a little sliver of light on the window side of it. I'm going to use just this Chinese white to add these little teeny dots in the apple and mix it with some yellow. Drop those in. It doesn't look exactly like the apple in real life, but I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. As long as you get the values right, the light shadow, the highlights. It should be pretty close. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I'll be posting new content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those below. I answer each and every one. Thank you so much for watching.